Hello, I'm Mackenzie Caldwell, and for my final project on contemporary art for Art Appreciation, I decided to do my presentation on Bruce Nauman, an artist from the 80s and the 90s. Bruce contributed a lot to art using his new medium that people had never seen before, and I will discuss that later in the presentation. But first, let's talk about Bruce and his childhood. Bruce grew up in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and was born in 1941 to Genevieve and Calvin Nauman. They did not stay in Fort Wayne, Indiana because his dad was an engineer for General Electric, so they did a lot of moving. Through the years, Bruce decided when it was time to graduate high school that he was going to go to college. First, Bruce went to the University of Wisconsin where he got a bachelor's in art. And then after that, he was like, I should do more art. So he went to the University of California, and there he graduated with a master's in fine art. And at these schools, Bruce was gifted with the ability to work with some of the greatest artists, such as William T. Wiley and Robert Arson. So, whenever he graduated college, it was time to make his art and get it out into the museums. So, first I'm going to talk about his first piece, titled True Artists Help the World by Revealing Mystic Truths in 1971. So here's his piece. Let's talk about the shape. First, Bruce uses this weird shape, and I think that he wants us to be like, get really engrossed in the piece. You have to swirl around to read what it says, like we're spiraling out of control about art. And now let's talk about contrast. He uses the red for the swirl and blue for the words. That contrast really makes the words pop. And then let's talk about the contrast of the lights and the setting itself. The only way you can see this piece is if it's lit up in a dark room. That contrast totally brings attention to the piece itself. And what Bruce wants you to do is think a little bit harder about what he's trying to say. What are these mystic truths that artists are trying to tell us? But if you think about it, he wants us to pull little pieces from his art pieces. So, in conclusion, I have learned a lot this semester about art, more than I thought was possible. We started with prehistoric art, we did Renaissance art, and now we're ending with contemporary art. And I just found the whole course to be super interesting, and definitely would never have known anything about Bruce unless I did this project. So, in conclusion, I want to thank you, and I hope you have a great day.